सातारकर आपल्या सर्वांना कल्पना आहेच की सातारा हिल हाफ मॅरेथॉन 2012 मध्ये सुरू झाले, पण खऱ्या अर्थाने सातारा हिल मॅरेथॉनला आंतरराष्ट्रीय दर्जाचा जो मान मिळाला आणि ही रेस एक आंतरराष्ट्रीय रेस झाली, ते आमच्या सर्वांचे जे मॅरेथॉन गुरु आहेत नॉरी विलियमसन हे ज्या वेळेला आमच्याबरोबर असोसिएट झाले त्यानंतरच खऱ्या अर्थाने जागतिक दर्जाचे मॅरेथॉन असं लौकिक आपण वाढवत नेला. गिनीज वर्ल्ड बुक ऑफ रेकॉर्ड्समध्ये आपण गेलो. आपल्या मॅरेथॉन सातारा रनर्स फाउंडेशनचे जे संस्थापक अध्यक्ष आहेत डॉक्टर संदीप काटे आज नॉरी विलियमसन स्वतः इथं आलेले आहेत. ते आपल्या रेससाठी आपल्याबरोबर असणार आहे. त्यांच्या मार्गदर्शनाखालीच एका नव्या मार्गावर, कारण आपल्या सर्वांना कल्पना आहेच की यावेळेचा आपला होल्डिंग एरिया आपला मार्ग वेगळा आहे, त्याचं मेजरमेंटही ते करणार आहेत आणि त्यासाठी खास त्यांचं इथं आगमन झालं आहे. मी संस्थापक अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर संदीप काटे यांना विनंती करतो की भारतीय पद्धतीने आमच्या या गुरूचं स्वागत त्यांनी करावं.
पूर्ण फुलाची पाकळी सो वेलकम यू.
My host. Satara Hills, when I first came in 2014, had about 1,100, 1,500 runners. And the biggest change, of course, is that they open the entries and it closes within 24 hours. You know, there are not many races in the world that do that. Those that are, the likes of London and New York, have ballot systems to handle the large numbers. But if you think of this in terms of a community in India of this size, having a race which closes within 24 hours.
3 hours this year.
Yes. I mean, that's just mind-boggling. So to have been involved when there's 1,100 and there's now near enough 6,000, you know, with 5,500 finishers coming. It's just, you know, I mean, it just makes you think of all the work that these guys have put in and all the very special things that must be going on in this race to make it such an attraction. So it's become an iconic race in the whole of India. From a smaller community such as Satara, that's mind-blowing. Now the race itself, of course, is unique in as much as it goes up to the heritage site. And that World Heritage Site, I hadn't heard anything about it before I came to India in the first year in 2014. And I'm sure there are lots of other people who likewise knew nothing about that heritage site. But now they do, so you're getting tourists coming year-round to come and see that heritage site because they hear about it through the race. So the running has done so much for the community. Not to mention the fact that, I mean, today I heard that they run from or to this hotel, and you'll get 500 runners every Sunday coming here to have breakfast at the end of a run. I mean, you've just changed the whole community and the whole spirit of the community. So, you know, of course, any road race interferes with normal running of the community. But now you've got, and when I was here in 2015, I ran the race, and the crowd support is just amazing. So I'm going to be very interested to see how many people are out there lining the road in this coming edition. And of course now, because of roadworks and because of what's going on at the major roundabout here, the routes had to change. So the start's now all on the one side of the city, which in many respects is better because it's not cutting the main arterial. So traffic will be able to flow easier than it did in previous years. And it's going to come out from the old market area, the Rajpart, and go to the roundabout and then make its way up to to Casa Road and along Casa Road, and it will go further into the heritage site. So the views are going to be even better. In fact, the first time I was here, I was saying to Sandeep, We've got to find a way of taking it further. Well, thanks to the roadworks, we've now found a way of taking it further into the views are better. They're going to come back down, and again, they're not going to cut across the major roundabout, so less interference for the finish. So I think it's a win-win, and the runners are going to see more of the historic landmarks. They're also saving on one of the steepest hills, which is that start hill that we used to have from the police park. That was one of the steepest hills, believe it or not, in the whole race, and we had to start on that. So, yeah, I would like to think that it's going to be a faster course as well. But it's also setting itself up for many new things to happen in future years. And I think the numbers can be expanded, but there's some innovative thinking that needs to go on in that, with the blessing of the community, with the buy-in of the community. I would think this is your biggest earning weekend commercially in Satara city in the whole year. I would think that if you look at all the people that have come here, all the small things they buy, all the filling with petrol, the overnight stays, the meals, the coffees, etc., the commercial impact for Satara must be massive with this influx of effectively 5,000 runners plus their family, plus their, so this can only grow. This can only grow.